If you're new here, welcome back to Julian's Driving Experience, and today I'm going to be going over, is that a 55? No, 55. It is a 55. Hell yeah. Let's go. Today we're going to be going over like how to be safe in the canyons and just like tips and tricks to stay safe out here and have fun. That's the most important thing, honestly, because we all come out here to do the same thing and have fun, have a good little time. So I'm going to try to, share some knowledge that I've gained over the couple years that I've been coming out to the canyons and just having fun, There's a time and a place to be out speeding, but there's always, it sucks because I hate seeing car crashes out in the canyons because I personally love driving out here. So like I hate seeing shit like that. So, maybe if you can take something from this video, maybe learn something, maybe prohibit an accident or a car crash or something, So maybe you can learn something from this video. I'm obviously no professional driver, I've just from the years of experience of coming out to the canyons, I just want y'all to be safe. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so a lot of this stuff might seem like common sense, but apparently it's not common sense to a lot of people, because I've seen some stuff out in the canyons where like people do not go out. Before going out there, they don't check their tires, bro. Like, check your tires before you're gonna go out there. Make sure your tires are good. You got good quality tires if you're gonna be out ripping in the canyons. So always do a little inspection, inspect the wears, check your rear tires. I mean, this car's front wheel drive, so the rears don't really matter like that, but still, honestly, double check your tires, make sure your air pressure is good. And the second thing is obviously brakes. Make sure your brakes are good and they're able to, a lot of people, don't have the money or the expense to, add performance brakes to their cars. So just make sure you got some, good thick pads, just to be safe, bro. You never know, bro. So like, it depends on what kind of driving you're doing, but if you're gonna be driving aggressive, bro, like double check your pads and make sure you have tires, bro. All right, like I said previously in the beginning, there's a time and a place to come out and come out to the canyons and if you're gonna come out, my couple rules once you get out to your driving road, like if you know the road, good, like learn the road before you go out smashing. Because last night I went out to this canyon out that's local to me, and I don't really go often, but I've been a couple times. But honestly, I kind of forgot how the turns don't have banks. So like I got to this point where I was kind of picking up a little bit of speed, and I completely forgot that the turns don't have banks, and I had to kind of slow down because the turns don't have banks, and you can't really carry speed through a corner. So always learn where you're going to be driving at. Just always try to be super cautious. You don't want to be that guy that crashes out in the canyons, bro. Another thing, if you're gonna be coming out, with a car full of friends, bro, like take it easy, bro. Like you don't want to be the one to have to call their parents. I'm 20. I'm about to be 22. I know a lot of kids want to come out here to the canyons and have some fun, but if you're gonna be hitting the canyons with your buddies and you got your buddies in the car, bro, like you do not want to be telling your parents that you killed, their son fucking driving, or doing something stupid out here, So if you're gonna be coming out, take it easy, take it chill, Like I said, there's a time and a place to come out here, and push a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what these roads are meant for. To come drive them and have fun. That's the most important thing. And in order to have fun, you gotta be safe, bro. You have to. Speaking of time and a place, most canyon roads lead up to like a viewpoint. So like if you're gonna come out on the weekend, bro, like, and you're gonna you're trying to get in like a little driving session, be aware that there's gonna be other people out here doing the same thing as you. Like if you know about back roads, a lot of people like to go out for a drive on the weekends. Those are the times I prefer not to go, honestly. Like if you can, try to go out in between the week. If you want to go out, and push a little bit or whatever, make sure you go out like on a Monday night, Tuesday night, maybe. A lot of people work throughout the week, so it's like it's kind of understandable. But try to go like on a day where like people aren't out, So that way, I prefer to come out on other days like that, because bro, there's always some stupid people out here. Like one time I was out here at this exact canyon where I'm at right now, it was probably like maybe like 10 or 11 p.m. at night, and like it might have been, I can't tell you what day it was, but it must have been on a weekend or something, because there's this guy in an Audi, and like, bro, he was pushing hard, bro. Like he was just driving carelessly, bro. Honestly, he was just driving fucking reckless, bro. Like we're going, and he was behind me for a little bit. He was like kind of pushing on me, and I had my BMW E36 or E46 at the time, and like he just cut around me, bro. Like literally, he couldn't even see the next turn, which that's another thing. Like, bro, that shit was so reckless. Like, it made me not want to come out here anymore. And this canyon's it's really close to me, so like it's only like maybe 15-20 minutes away from me. So like this canyon's pretty cool little spot. But the problem about a canyon like this, where like there's a viewpoint, is that a lot of people like to come out and drink, you know, and smoke, and you know, especially out here in Cali, we got people doing NOS and shit. Doing Oz, like it's kind of like, you gotta be careful, bro. That's why I prefer not to come on a weekend. Like if you're trying to come out here to have a good little time, you know, definitely come out. I mean, unless you're going out with like a group of friends, you know, on the weekend, you know, I guess it's chill, but definitely know where you're gonna go, because there's a lot of drunk drivers, bro. A lot of people that are just fucking selfish and just do not care. Another thing you should also I think is very important is to watch out for is the temperature, like where you're gonna be at, because obviously once you start getting up into the mountains, like obviously the temperature changes. So always be aware of how cold it is or how hot it is, because in either conditions, like, you know, sure, your tires will get warm, but like if you're on a cold surface, like, and you start, you know, oversteering or understeering, you know, the car's just gonna go. Like, you might be able to grip it, but you know, always be careful for that. The temperature, also, you know, road conditions, make sure there's no uneven roads. Like, you know, there's a lot of canyons out where I go to where like there's a certain spots where you cannot push, because there's like, you know, there's not ruts, but like, you know, they create like a little, you know, cave on the road, or they're like, you know, the road has been repaired or something and it makes the road uneven. Always be careful for sections like that. Always be super careful for those, because those can get you. Those are very dangerous, because there could be times where you'll be pushing, you know, and they could come out just out of nowhere. So always be careful for that. Different road conditions, you know, and that's another thing. Like, you know, get familiar with the road that you're gonna be pushing at. You know, that you want to go drive and have some fun. Get familiar with it. Run it up and down a couple times. You know, don't just confidently, you know, just go drive out there if you don't know the road like that. Always know your road conditions. Adding a little more on that, a lot of the times when I've gone out to the mountains, like at night, there be sometimes it just depends on I guess the season, but you know, a lot of people live out there. That's another thing you got to be careful. Like when a lot of the times when you're going up to these canyon roads, a lot of people out there, they have houses. You know, you can tell when it's a residential area. You'll see cars and houses and stuff like that. And in those sections, you gotta be careful as well, because a lot of those people, like, you know, they leave they're watering their plants, or sometimes their sprinklers will turn on at night or something, you know, or they have like a creek or something, and there could be water flowing onto the road. I've had a couple situations like that where I've almost spun out. Honestly, I've always lost control of the car, because I'll go into a corner, you know, with some speed, and then on the other side there's like water spots, and I'm like, then there's a corner right after that. So you gotta like be very careful. You know, once you're having fun, you know, you're going up to the canyon, and you know, you're eventually gonna have to come down. So when you're coming down, like, be very careful, bro. Like, if you're gonna be pushing going down a little bit, you know, be aware of your brake temperature. Like, you know, don't overuse your brakes if you don't have to. Like, you know, if you can use your, you know, the steering, or use your tires, you know, to kind of like slow you down, or slow down your momentum. Like, do that. Like, you know, use your brakes if you have to, but like, don't overcook your brakes. You know, always have that in your mind, you know, that your brakes could overheat. And then once your brakes overheat, like, and they start fading, that's when it gets very scary. You do not want to be going downhill fast and your brakes are fading. You know, that is a very scary feeling. So don't do that. Be very careful, bro. If you're gonna be going out downhill smashing, please be very careful. You're out here, bro. You're not gonna be the only person out here. You know, there's gonna be a lot of other people out. Like I said, like a lot of these places, a lot of these canyon roads they have people living there. And bro, respect the locals. Like, don't be selfish. Like, if there's a car in front of you that's going slow, kind of make yourself aware, but also don't tell them, bro. I've honestly been guilty of doing that myself. Don't tell them. Don't ride their ass. If they're gonna let you pass, they're gonna let you pass. If not, it's a sign, bro. Like, don't try to force it, bro, because you never know. That person, for driving the speed limit, like, sure, you might want to be pushing, you might be eager to drive fast, bro, but that person can save you from a ticket. You never know. There could be a cop down, tucked away somewhere. So always be careful for that. Like, be selfish. Don't be selfish, bro. Come out here and have your fun. When there's nobody out, be careful, bro. Okay, yes, don't be selfish. So once you're out driving, you're out catching some speed through the corners, bro, most important thing, do not cross the yellow line, no matter what. Do not try to overtake someone. Do not cross the yellow line, bro. You don't know what's on the other side of that corner. You don't know anything. So just stay in your lane. That's your most important thing, is stay in your lane, bro. Like, it's just like a coloring book, in middle school or preschool. I don't know why I said middle school, but like, bro, just stay in the lines, bro. It's just like coloring a book. I promise you. Once you're out there, you're driving, you know where your front wheels are at. It's just like coloring a book. Stay in the lines. Be nice and smooth. Smooth is fast. You're not at a racetrack. Don't try to drive at 10 tenths. Drive at 10.5. Don't try to and work yourself up a little bit. Dive into the corner smoothly. Use your brakes before you get to the corner. Make sure you're at a safe speed to take this corner that's ahead of you. Always look ahead. Keep your always try to, if you're going through a corner, always try to look at your exit point. Always nice and smooth throttle. So yes, don't cut the lines. The only exception for you to ever cut a line is if you can see the next corner. And what I mean by that, I have a perfect example right here. I can see the next corner. It'd be a faster line if I just cut straight through a little bit, and I can see I'm safe. There's no other car in front of me. There's no cars coming. I can see physically that there's not going to be another car coming up if I cross this lane. All right, so to add on to going downhill, honestly, if you have a stick shift and you don't have rev match, like, you got to learn how to rev match, because you're going to have to use your motor, to help you slow down. Because going back to what I was saying, you don't want to overheat your brakes and experience brake fade for sure. So when you're going downhill, bro, just take it easy, bro. Like, if you're not comfortable with your car, you don't feel comfortable in your brakes or your car or the road you're at, take it easy, bro. Just like, carry some speed through the corners, but like, you ain't gotta go crazy. Just like, let the car do its thing, like, you kind of let off the brakes a little bit. You don't really need any throttle at all, just to have some fun. But like, once you get to the point like of racing people down the hill, I wouldn't honestly recommend doing that. It's very sketchy. Most of the people that come and do that, most of them are young kids like me. But I don't come out here to try to race people. I just come out here to have fun by myself, honestly. Like, it's not really my thing. Because once you're pushing at that level, like, you're not at a racetrack, unfortunately. I know people love to pretend to play race car driver. I know I'm guilty myself. I love to pretend race car driver all the time. Like, I'm out here. I used to come out here at least like once or twice a week after work. I would just come out here just to come, And I had a car that wasn't really capable for it. So that's another thing. Like, bro, if your car is not capable of like doing these crazy turns, and like, bro, don't come out here like thinking you got like a fucking M3, because there's people with M3s that still wreck because it just you get carried away sometimes, and you just got to be careful. So like, if you got a car that's really not really capable of it, like, yeah, come and have fun, bro, but don't come out here like smashing full throttle and do these turns trying to gain some speed, bro, because people come out here to have fun, bro. Like, don't ruin it for the rest of us. You know, enjoy the road, go have fun, but you don't gotta go crazy, bro. Like, seriously, it's not that serious, dude. Like, if you want to go crazy, bro, go to a racetrack, bro. Like, seriously. You know, and it kind of sucks because unfortunately there's no racetracks around here that allow, you know, to do, you know, stuff like this. Or even, you know, speaking on the topic of takeovers and drifting and street drifting, you know, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but when we're up there, there's a lot of marks of you know, a lot of marks on the floor of people drifting. You know, I've seen a couple of videos of people going out there late at night and they go drifting out there, which is, you know, I'm guilty of it too. I can't even, like, you know, talk bad about them because, you know, if I had a drift, you know, I had a car and I wanted to go slide, like, where else would I go? Like, there's nowhere to go. Like, here in California or LA area, like, our local racetrack just closed down. Like, Irwindale Speedway is very, very popular racetrack, and it just closed down. Like, and that was like the one spot where you can go, you know, go slide and, you know, drag race or whatever. But like, even then, like, now nobody in the area has an outlet to go. Like, everyone, the outlet is the streets, like, literally. Like, even though, like, if you wanna stay off the streets, you know, you wanna be, you know, a law-abiding citizen, like, you can, bro. Like, you have nowhere to go. Like, and then if there's like local tracks around here, but bro, if you're a kid, you know, and all you have is a car, bro, like, you can't take your car out there and, like, possibly risk, you know, you're pushing, when you're doing stuff like that, you're pushing your car, you know, and you need a trailer. Like, you need a truck and a trailer to go out and have fun, you know, especially like a track like that where you can go off and, you know, you can break something. My point that I was trying to make is, like, you need a truck and trailer, literally, like that, because, like, all the racetracks here in California are, like, at least 2 to 3 hours away. Like, literally, like, it's a road trip to get to these racetracks around here. Like, there's nowhere for us to go that's local, you know. Like, I'm just yapping right now, but, like, you know, it just makes me mad that there's nowhere for us to go, us car enthusiasts, to go and have fun, you know. Like, we have no other choice but to come up to places like that, like, you know, where I was just at late at night, and come, you know, drive, because you just want to enjoy your car, you know. And not only that, enjoy the roads, but, like, even then, like, you know, it's fun and all that, but there's times where, like, you know, you wanna push a little bit, and I understand, you know, it's understandable. You know, I'm sure a lot of people are guilty of doing that, but, you know, moral of the story, bro, just be careful, you know, have fun. Don't forget to have fun, bro. Like, just have some fun, bro, and don't be selfish, bro. Like, respect, you know, the people out there, respect the roads. Don't be littering and shit like that. Like, bro, you know, don't be doing that. Like, I know a lot of people go out there, you know, to go kick, you know, hang out with your homegirl or whatever, and, like, bro, like, just be respectful, you know, take your trash with you and all that stuff, bro. Don't litter it, because then, you know, it kind of makes us car people look bad. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you like this type of content. I mean, I'm trying to make you some more. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and you guys learned something.